Right, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up and connect your domains to your Hostnine reseller account in regards to starting to establish your private blog network and using your reseller account for that purpose. Now in this example, we're going to be combining Hostnine's reseller account with our domain registrar, which in this case is going to be GoDaddy. Now you may or may not have used GoDaddy for your domains. Each registrar is a little bit different in how you connect the domains to the hosting, but again in this example I'm using GoDaddy. This is the one that I use. This is the one I recommend for this because it's quite simple when it comes to connecting it to your hosting account. So we're just going to log into each of those accounts and we'll be back in just a minute. So I'm logged into my Hostnine reseller account as well as my GoDaddy account. Now you're going to get your reseller admin URL, username, and password once you set up your Hostnine account. Basically, you'll just be walked through the steps on how to set up your Hostnine account, and once you get that login information, you'll come to the cp.hostnine.com, enter in your username and password, and you'll be taken to a screen that looks like this, which will allow you to begin setting up your domains. So the first thing we're going to want to do is set up a package for the domains, the hosting that you're going to be setting up. Since this is a reseller account, you can kind of configure what your quote hosting packages are going to be. So to do that, we're going to come down here to the left where it says packages and features. We're going to click that and then come over here to, well, you can come over here to list packages. There's not going to be anything since you're just setting one up, and you can come over here to where it says create a package. And the way I like to do this is, you can just give this any name that you want. You can create unlimited packages, I believe, but you only need to create one package. As far as what to call it, you can call it whatever you want. Now, as far as the max disk space and max bandwidth, if we come back to hostnine.com and come over here to where it says reseller and click that, you'll see that with the level 1 reseller account, you get 100 accounts, meaning 100 domains that you can host in this package, and that gives you a storage space of 50 gigs and a bandwidth of 500 gigabytes. So basically how I came to the the max disk space and bandwidth, you can put whatever you want in here as long as it's relative to these figures here, but I basically just take these numbers here and divide by 100. So it's measured, your disk space and your bandwidth are measured in megabytes. So let me just go into one of my packages. You'll see that the what I typed in was 500 megabytes and then 5,000 megabytes for the bandwidth, which I've got a couple different packages. This is when I didn't really know what I was doing as far as setting them up. But as you can see, I have most of my accounts under this one I just called basic. So you can either follow what I did and split the accounts up evenly to where you just create one package, and I'm just going to come back here, click create a package, name it again whatever, and then you can do 500 and then 5,000 if you want to split the accounts up evenly. That's what I do because I'm using these for my private blog network. They pretty much just have WordPress blogs on them which don't take up a lot of space or information, so it's plenty of room for that purpose. So that's how you set your package up. You can leave all of these unchecked. You don't have to worry about any of these other boxes. Leave all these for unlimited, and when you're done giving it a name and giving it, entering in whatever, max disk space and max bandwidth you want, just come over here to click create a package, and then you're done. And again, what you're doing here is creating a hosting package essentially. Since this is a reseller account, you have the ability to create as many packages as you want. See, when you're doing any kind of shared hosting like HostGator, they basically create the package for you. You're just signing up for hosting. But since this is a reseller account, you have the ability to create and control the amount of disk space and bandwidth for each of the accounts that you're hosting. So if you were to sell this to someone else, you could it'd be up to you basically to choose how much disk space they got of this total amount that you're allotted with that particular level 1 package. So once you're done, click create a package. The next step you'll do is come over here to hosting management and click create an account. And this is where you'll begin setting up and linking your actual domains to your hosting account. So for that, I'm going to come back over here to my GoDaddy account. And as far as getting the domains in your GoDaddy account, what you'll need to do is I recommend signing up for GoDaddy auctions, and I'll cover this in another video, but the best strategy for building a private blog network is to build it off expired domains, and ideally expired domains that have some authority to them, and that's how we're able to rank our websites. But I'll cover that in another video, and I'm just basically showing you how to set up and link your domain to your Hostnine reseller hosting account. If you want more information about how to bid on expired domains and the tool that I recommend for that, visit the link below. You'll be taken to a video where I explain how to do that. So that's, you know, when you sign up for GoDaddy auctions, I think it's like $5 a year or something like that. You'll be given this GoDaddy auctions tab, and you can bid on expired domains through clicking launch. But I'm just going to access the domains that I have purchased. So I'm going to come up here to domains and click launch. And now this lists all of my domains. So I'm just going to scroll down here to one that I haven't set up yet, and I'm going to click on it. And then what I go ahead and do is I just copy the domain. I come down in here to a document where I keep all of my domain and hosting information. I copy the actual domain, and then I just type it all in lowercase. And then I'll delete the uppercase one. Then I come over here, copy the lowercase one, come back over here to my hosting, my reseller account, and for domain name, you just type in or paste the actual domain name followed by .com, .net, .org, whatever it is. And then for the username, it can only be 8 letters, so I usually just start typing as many of the letters of the domain that I can fit in. So for this example, I'm kind of blanking out my domain so you won't know what those are, but I'm just going to type the first 8 letters of that particular domain URL. And then for the contact email, just enter in an email address that you use, that you check regularly, maybe for your online marketing purposes. So I'm just going to enter in mine here. And then for the password, what I do is I just click this link here that says password, and it'll actually generate a hard to figure out password for you. So rather than trying to come up with one on my own, I just click this button that says create password. It'll create one. I copy it, close this box, paste it into both the password and confirm password boxes. And then as far as location, you have a couple options here. I usually vary it between central, east, and sometimes there's west. Looks like there isn't a west one available today. So for this, I'm just going to click central. The package, I have a couple in here because when I first started doing this, again, I didn't really know what I was doing as far as the package. I was creating a different package for each domain, but that just got a little tedious. So I just mainly choose this same one for all of my packages. So you should just have one. As far as the skeleton install, don't install, and then software install, I usually click don't install for anything there. And then you just simply click create an account. And when you click it, it's going to take a few minutes to set up your hosting account here. So just click it and it'll be a few minutes. Alright, so now once that's done, I simply copy the account information all the way down to the FTP login information, copy that, come back over here to my text document, paste it in, and that way I have all that information. And then I usually just go ahead and use the same information I use for the FTP for my WordPress settings, which I'm just going to go ahead and, this is just something this is my process to just be efficient. We're going to set up the WordPress in just a second. But I just use the same information, click save, and then it's okay to go ahead and click view domain and then click cPanel login. And this is going to log us into our cPanel for that particular domain. And so next we're going to come back to our domain details here in GoDaddy, and all we're about to do in this step here is to connect our domain to our hosting account, but we're masking the domain so that because we're going to have multiple domains hosted on our Hostnine reseller account, and not many people know how to do this, but the people that do know how to go in and figure out, oh, this person has a private blog network or whatever. We want some way to protect our money sites from our private blog network. So what we're doing in this step is we're not only linking our domains to our hosting so that when people visit our domains, they actually get the content, our WordPress blog, which is located on our hosting account, but it also is masking our particular domains. So we're changing up our name servers so that each one of our domains looks unique. So basically the only thing they'll be able to tell is that our domains are hosted on Hostnine, and our domains are, they're hosted on Hostnine, and our domains are, from GoDaddy. But other than that, they won't be able to see our information. So you don't have to think too hard about these next couple steps. Just it involves a couple of copy and paste. Just do as I do, and it's very simple once you get a rhythm set up. So what we're going to do here is first come down here to host names and click add one now. And what we're going to be doing here is giving our host names a custom name server. So when you signed up for Hostnine, they should have emailed you a couple of Hostnine's name servers. When in my confirmation I got 2, they actually have 3, and you need all 3 of those for this particular process. And I will paste these in the description below so you can just copy and paste these, but we're just going to take that first one, and these are going to be the same for you as well, so that's why I'm going to post these in the description below so you can just copy and paste them. So for the name servers, we're just going to call it NS and then a number. So it can be, I usually like to pick 3 numbers together, so it can be like 17, 18, 19, 101, 102, 103, whatever you want to call it. But this is basically, we're going to be masking our name servers, and that's what we're doing here. So again, you don't have to be some kind of techie geek. Basically just follow as I'm doing, and what I would do is switch this name server up for each domain that you're setting up, pointing to your hosting account. So for this particular domain, I may choose NS 17, 18, and 19. Another domain, domain number 2 I'm setting up, I might choose NS 31, 32, and 33. So hopefully that makes sense. So for this one, I'm just going to do NS 19, and then tab, and then paste that first IP address in there, click add. For the second one, copy this, and then that was NS18, so this one's going to be NS19, tab, paste, add, and then for this one, copy, paste, come back, and NS20, tab, paste, add, and then make sure and click save. And then I'll go ahead and come over here, and this is where we're going to change it in the cPanel. We'll come over here to Advanced DNS Zone Editor, click that, and then I'll come back here to my GoDaddy account, and I'm just going to reload the page. So now we can see our host names. We have 3 host names created, which we just did. So I'll click Manage, and we'll copy this IP address, and I just remember that it's NS 18, 19, and 20. So come over here and click NS 18, and you can just click tab, and it'll fill in your domain. For TTL, it's just going to be 14400. Come down here, tab, and then paste that IP. Click add record. Come over here, copy the second one. This one's going to be NS19. Again, NS19, tab, 14400, paste, add record, copy the third one, come over here, ns20, ns20, 14400, paste, add record. So all those are added. So we've got one more step, and that's to come over here to where it says name servers, click manage, and then select custom, enter custom name servers, and then we can come down here, grab the first one, copy it, and then I just paste them all here at the same time, and then switch out, so it's 18, 19, and 20, and then click OK and save. And now our domain, our GoDaddy domain, is linked to our Hostnine hosting account. So if we visit our domain, there won't be anything on there except a host, probably some sort of a parked domain page, because there's no content on there yet. So we're just going to come up here to home, click that, scroll down to where it says Softalicious app installer, click on WordPress, come over here to install. In directory, it tries to put it in a WP directory. I always delete that, so it'll install WordPress on the actual root domain itself. So I always remove WP, come down here, and then I refer back to my document of my WordPress settings here, which again are the same. I use the same as my FTP login so that I can set up these domains and hosting in about 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to copy the same username, come over here to admin, paste that, password, come over here, copy, paste, and then for admin email, I don't even have an email set up yet, but I'm just going to put in support at the domain. Come over here to, I always go ahead and install limit login attempts. This helps with spammers trying to hack you into your site, and then enter an installation details email address. So again, I'm going to use the same email address that I used to set up my actual hosting on my reseller account. So again, you can use whatever email you choose. I like to use the same one that I use for all my marketing. So this is basically going to send you your WordPress login details, but again, we already have it if you choose to use the same information as you had for your FTP login, which is what I use. Again, it just kind of speeds up the process, but you can do whatever you want here. When you're done, click install. And I usually just go ahead and click this administrative URL, copy that, and then paste that at the end of my that particular domain, just so I have an easy access link when I'm ready to log in. Click save, and then I always just kind of test out the URL. So if we visit this domain, it is set up. So we have our WordPress login that we just set up, and if I use that login information that I just created there, I should be able to log into the back and change out my themes, and we're ready to go. So that's how to connect your domains to your Hostnine hosting account for the purposes of establishing and using your Hostnine reseller account for a private blog network. So again, that's how to set up your domains to your hosting account and to set them up in a way that's going to protect you for anybody that knows SEO, knows what you're doing with building a private blog network. And again, we're using Hostnine reseller account as sort of a bootstrap private blog network solution because it's significantly more affordable than SEO hosting, which is a little more expensive. So this is basically a solution to get you started on the cheap, and then you can use your profits and results that you get with this particular strategy to either scale up with getting more domains on this reseller account, or actually go out and purchase some SEO hosting through SEO hosting or BizBuilder hosting or some other hosting solutions. So again, this has been how to set everything up with your private blog network with domains and hosting. In this example, again, we use GoDaddy. It's going to vary a little bit between different registrars. I understand there's people out there that have domains on other hosting, so I would prefer that you use GoDaddy because it's very simple, makes it, and it's if you're using the GoDaddy auctions, which I recommend since they have such a large network of domains that are always expiring, when you bid and win on those domains, they automatically go into your GoDaddy hosting account, which makes this all very simple.